UFC Vegas 98, Royval versus Taira takes place this weekend, and I'm going to go through the full card breakdown and in detail predictions, starting with the early prelim opener which is a prelim bout between Clayton Carpenter versus Lucas Rocha. Interesting matchup. I actually think this is I've done research for this card, by the way. Before I start with Carpenter versus Rocha, I've done a lot of research for this, which is why it's probably out a bit late. Hence why, I'm making 307 content with the fights and making that. But I've done a lot of research today for this card. I've done a lot, so let's hope I do well in predictions. I didn't do terrible last week either, but I'm going to go for the logical predictions and the underdogs that make sense in my opinion. And even though Roundtree, I did think he was going to catch Alex. Didn't know Alex had a granite chin at 205 though. My bad. Anyways, I'm going to go with Lucas Rocha though. Clayton Carpenter's good. Very fucking good, Clayton Carpenter. I just think Lucas Rocha has more of a accuracy in terms of getting a KO. Carpenter's good though. Don't get me wrong, he is good. But we look at him, he's a bit of a can crusher. He beat Juan Camilo Ronderos. That's not a good win, and he beat Edgar Chairez. Edgar Chairez though, is he really all that good? I'm looking at this and it's just, I'm not really impressed. Even though he's getting these wins, head kick KO in 13 seconds. I just think Lucas Rocha, this is the part. The main part I was picking Lucas Rocha here. If they were even in records, I would be maybe Carpenter wins. I think Lucas Rocha's good though. It's not like he's some bum. He is good, but he's 17-1. He has 18 bouts, 18 fights in his career. Clayton Carpenter has 7. And it's not like he's been active recently either. He fought February 18th, 2023, last year. Nearly hitting 2 years off for Clayton Carpenter. Don't know why these guys are so inactive. It must be the money. You could say maybe they're trying to improve. You don't take 2 years off of your career to improve. Unless you've come off a bad KO loss. You're not going to come off an easy first round submission win. And then, I'm taking 2 years off. That's dumb. That's dumb as fuck. And it's not like he's had a bad injury. He was supposed to fight Usyk. But I'm going to go with Rocha. More explosive. Better. Yeah, more of a savage. Because he does have good wins. Had a good knee KO over Davey Betancourt. Which is a good win. We move on up the card. Dan Argueta versus Cody Haddon. I'm going to go Cody Haddon. I like this guy. I don't know. I think he is good. Really good. And he's fighting Dan Argueta. Again, Dan Argueta, it's just, you'll never see this guy on a pay-per-view card. He's always on the Apex for reasons. I mean, honestly, should just get rid of him. 9-2. Honestly, underrated record. But he's had a lot of no contests in his career. He lost to Gene Matsumoto. Got choked out there. So that's probably his last shot here. Then he lost to Miles. Hold up. He lost to Johns, right? I don't know what happened in this fight, but I feel like he lost the fight to... That's a weird one, I forget. There's some fights I just fucking forget. I think Johns did beat him, though. I don't know. What the fuck happened in that fight? Yeah, I think the Ronnie Lawrence fight, he was out grappling him, then it was a premature stoppage. Then I think the Johns fight he did lose. I think he lost to Johns, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that. I knew Johns lost to him, but it's a weird, boring fight where I think Dan Argueta, just because I think Dan Argueta was on something. No, he wasn't. I don't fucking know. Whatever. He's not going to win this. That's for sure. And I think Cody Haddon's good. Fought Steve Usyk. And had a good fight with him. It was a very close fight that could have gone his way in the regional scene. So, in Australian FC. So I'm going to go with, or internal FC. Where Steve Usyk came up and became a champ in that promotion. And eventually fought on to almost win the belt against Pantoja. But I'm going to go with Cody Haddon. Just slicker. Good takedown defense. Down or getter, just no skill. Good chin. So I think it will be like a decision win, but Haddon schools him. We move on. Up the card. Chris Barnett versus Junior Tafa. I'm going to go Junior Tafa. I could see a Barnett win, though. Just because Tafa does just give up sometimes. But does he? You know, his losses, we'll look at it. The Walter Walker fight was whatever. Got heel hooked. Knew he was fucked, so you wanted to make a big thing out of it. It was kind of similar to, like, Lacerda versus Shirez. Except they actually gave, like, the first fight with Lacerda and Shirez. And it's like, but instead they actually gave Walter Walker the win. You know? Because it was a heel hook, not an in guillotine where you can't really see. A heel hook that's open, everyone can see it. So they gave Walter Walker the win, whatever. The Marcus Rodrigo de Lima fight was on a day's notice. I don't mind that loss. I'll give him a pass there. Lost to Usman though. But I don't think Barnett's as much of a grappler in that sense. To just lay on you and has the physicality to lay on you like that. But he beat Parker Porter. You know, this is an example. Parker Porter KO. Lots of KOs in the regional scenes. Yeah, I'm going to trust him to get this one done. By first round KO. Barnett's been out for so long. Jesus Christ. He hasn't fought since 2022 in September. It's been over 2 years off. There's no way he wins. We move on. Hopefully he does, though, because he's a meme. But he just hasn't impressed me. He usually wins fights by the other opponent making bad mistakes and just gassing out. In Jake Collier. We move on. Up the card. Nico Price versus Themba Gorimbo. Gonna go Themba Gorimbo here. Probably one of the locks on the card, to be honest with you. I think Themba Gorimbo's good enough to win this. Beat Brahimaj. That's a good win. Pete Rodriguez, easy win. Takashi Sato. I want to see this guy get a jump, though. Like a jump up against, like, Zaleski dos Santos or something. Like a Dalby or one of these tests. That's what I want to see with Gorimbo after this. I think he'll KO Nico Price because he did lose to AJ Fletcher. But I don't think Price is that type. That was a while ago as well. I'm sure he's improved. But, you know, Nico Price ain't the type to go for subs. He's usually a scrapper. I don't think you can scrap with Gorimbo. He beat Morono, but Morono's terrible. Outside, okay, he has a lot of grappling matches. Lost to Lawler, like, what the fuck? Lawler doesn't do that to anyone, but you got KO'd in 39 seconds with one of the weakest hooks I've ever seen. Phil Rowe beat him, but then he beats Oliveira. Like, he beats these older guys. Grimbo's not older. He is old for a guy, like, he's 33 years old. But he ain't this older. I've been around for a while in Oliveira, Alex Oliveira, or Morono. God, he beats a lot of Alexes. Dude, would he beat Alex Pereira? But he ain't gonna beat Themba Gorimbo. I don't think so. I don't think he does. I'm gonna go with Themba Gorimbo first round KO. If Lawler in his old age can do it in his last retirement fight, Gorimbo can in his prime. Let's be honest. We move on up the card. Jonathan Pierce. Jeez, this is a long card. How many fights are on this card? 13? God. Jonathan Pierce. Pat Sabatini. What's Pierce done recently? I'm going to go Pat Sabatini, by the way. But, you know, David Onama beat him. Brito beat him. I don't mind these losses. Onama's actually coming back a bit in his career now. But before that, you know, Darren Elkins' close fight. I don't think Sabatini would make it close with Elkins. I think he would destroy him on the ground. And probably submit him as well. McQuan was doing alright. Christian Rodriguez was doing alright. I'm not picking him. Pierce is a grappler that likes to overwhelm people. You're not doing that to Pat Sabatini, who is the submission specialist here. And the ground game, like, phenom. That's his thing. I think him and Lopez would have been interested on the ground. I actually picked Sabatini to beat Lopez. I know it's stupid in hindsight, but Lopez KO'd him. Because I didn't think Lopez's stand-up was all there skill-wise yet. Doesn't matter, though. You can fucking just be wild and powerful and get to the top. Good for Lopez, though. I love Lopez. One of my favorite fighters. I'm not coping here. Like, he genuinely could be champ. I think he beats Holloway. And Volk. Not Ilya, though. I think Ilya is a bit too good for him. But still, I might have just leaked my 308 prediction main event there. But anyway, but stylistically, so it's style makes fights. So, like, whatever. I'm going to go with, let's just speed this up, for God's sake. Why am I still on this? Pat Sabatini lost to Damon Jackson. Whatever, who cares? I'm not going to shit on him for that. Actually, yeah, I will. What the fuck? Why did he lose it? I'm fucking going out here. Why did he lose to Damon Jackson? But that was a fluke. Like, he got front kicked right in the face. Like, that's literally a fluke. It was in range as well. It's not like it was like a Anderson Silva front kick, boom. No, it was literally like it wasn't like a Lyoto Machina, Vitor Belfort style. It was just like in range. Like he's throwing a knee up the middle, but he instead landed a front kick. I'm going to pick him to win though. Better on the feet, I think. I'm going to go Sabatini. We move on up the card. CJ Vergara versus Ramazan Tamirov. I'm going to go with Ramazan Tamirov. He's been looking good out of his gym. Trains at Makhmud Muradov's gym. Those guys are looking good, and this guy's the leader. He's like the king of that group right now, that gym. Because he's the top guy, top dog. And he's in the UFC, and he's fighting CJ Vergara. How is he in the UFC still? Literally. How is this guy still in the UFC? Lost, he's 12-5, by the way. And he's coming off a loss to Asu Amabayev. Lost to him. Similar type of style here as well, in my opinion. You know, then he... What? Beat Vinicius Salvador? Who gives a fuck? Daniel Lacerda? Who gives a fuck? Taira destroyed him. You know, Ode Osborne beat him. Tyson Rodriguez fight was a robbery, and this guy's not going to out-grapple Tamirov, who is the guy that can grapple, and he's way better on the feet. That's basically it with this fight. We move on up the card. Chidi Njokuani, Jared Gooden. I'm going to go with Chidi Njokuani, Jared Gooden. I don't know. I've just never been wowed by this guy, Jared Gooden. You know? The tournament fight, actually, yeah, I've been wowed once. The tournament fight, that was a good performance. He came back, won against Turman. That was a good performance by him. Turman's just a failed fucking project, though, at fucking Teixeira's gym. Pereira and Teixeira both hyped him up and trained him. He just can't win. It's sad, but that's just the way it is. Carlston Harris, though. Carlston Harris. How are you losing to Carlston Harris? Harris. I don't know why I sounded like a fucking British person right there. Why did you lose to Carlston Harris, though? I don't like the look of that. And Buksangane slept him in the first round. Terrible look for UFC and PFL there. Impa's literally their top guy, and he got slept by Impa in, like, fucking ex-MMA in round 1. But they're still keeping these guys around for some reason. I'm going to go Chidi Njokuani. Not great himself. I've never thought this guy was anything really good, but, you know, I don't mind losses to Mikhail Alekseychuk. Darayev, he arguably could have won. Rodriguez, I don't mind that loss. He beat Reese McKee. Yeah, I'm going to pick him to win. I'm going to trust him to have more pop in his shots, more power, more steam, more wake in this fight. He's coming off of a controversial win. I think he wants to get a clear one. So I'll go first round KO for Chidi. We move on up the card. Josh Fremd versus Abdulrazak Hassan. Again, I'm gonna go with Abdulrazak Hassan. Josh Fremd. Like, why is he in the UFC? Why is he in the UFC? Honestly. Lost to Petrosky, lost to Kopylov, beat Pickett by, I remember that fight, most boring fight of all time against the clinch. Basically Aldo Batista, but but like no one gave a fuck about it. Basically, we were just like, okay, next. What's next on the Apex card? Yeah, Cedric Dumas, like, he was doing alright, but he ain't good either. Trayshawn Gore beat this guy. Trayshawn Gore beat this guy. And subbed him. Hernandez beat him. Rodriguez slept him. He just sucks. Abdulrazak Al-Hassan should win, but sometimes he can shit the bed badly. Brundage fight. Back of the headshots. Illegal. Like, but they just, well, it wasn't no contest, but still, beat Brundage, man. Pfeiffer, I don't mind that loss. Beat Ribeiro. Buckley's doing well. Just beat Wonderboy. That was a split decision as well. Beat DeChirico. And yeah, I'm not gonna trust Frem's grappling game to get it done here. I'm not gonna trust him to get a KO in here either, or outpoint him at range. Frem's just bad at everything. It looks like. We move on. I'll go first round KO again for Abdul. We move on up the card. Daniel Rodriguez, Zuro Taira. I'm gonna go for Daniel Rodriguez over Alex. Why did I say It's because I fucking saw his name. Fucking hell. Daniel Rodriguez, Tatsuro Taira. No, Daniel Rodriguez, Alex Morono. I'm going to go for Daniel Rodriguez. Both guys just aren't good at anything. Morono has shit hands. Shit Actually, he's got good grappling. Good jiu-jitsu. And jiu-jitsu awareness. But he's just not good at anything. Lost to Price. Beat Court McGee. Lost to Buckley. He is alright, Morono. But it's just, he always falls short. And I think I can just see D-Rod just sculling him here with the boxing. Because that's Rodriguez is actually pretty good at that. Like it or not. Like, he is actually pretty good at that. And he's got steam and power. I don't think Morono's the type to just out-grapple him straight up here like Gastelum. Plus, I think Gastelum was big for that fight. It was a middleweight fight. Morono's a former lightweight. Lost to Gary. Round 1. That's not a bad loss. And Magny fight. Magny's, I think Magny would also beat Morono, and then they beat Leach. Robbery, though. He isn't good as well, but he can at least win with the boxing here. And I trust that out of Daniel Rodriguez, so I'm going to pick him to win. We move on up the card. Corey McKenna. I'm going to pick, I'm going to go with this Julia Pilastri girl. Risky, it's almost MMA, but Corey McKenna, I'm going to mention this girl first. I think she's good. She's beating good competition. And, she's, 26 years old? Makes something out of herself right now. I mean, she beat 6-0 arm triangle round 1. 9-2 rear naked choke round 2. 7-11 is terrible. But still. 7-0, competitive decision with Knudsen. That was a decent one. Corey McKenna. Jacqueline Amorum easily beat her. Elise Reed beat her as well. Miranda Granger and Cheyenne Velismas is her 2 good wins. That's saving her from being cut. Not like she looked great in those fights either. Von Flue choke over Granger, but Granger sucks. Kay Hansen, not a good win. Demopolis, not a good win either, let's be honest. But Pilastri's good. I think she's actually alright. Who's the underdog? Fuck, it's McKenna. Fuck. I think Pilastri wins. She's good. She gets more finishes. She has more of a reach here. 63-inch reach to the 58.5 for McKenna. I'll go with Julia Psycho Pilastri getting the job done with a rear naked choke. We move on. Up the card. Grant Dawson. I fucking say his name like a fucking Grant Dawson. Like, no. It's Grant Dawson. Grant. I say that could, but the Dawson part. Grant Dawson. I say that like Matt Serra. That's who I say it like. Matt Serra. Grant Dawson. when I look it back in recording. But Grant Dawson, anyways, I think he wins. Beat Joe Selecki. Easy work. Lost to Bobby Green, though. But it's one loss. If they rematch, he probably would win, to be honest with you. Demir's Magulov he beat easily. And he's getting these wins by easy win. Like, easy stuff. Easy wins. Demir, good grappler. Can grapple more so of a striker, though. Dominated him, though. Dominated Joe Selecki, who's sick on the ground. You know, Mark Madsen, good on the ground as well. Subbed him. Jared Gordon, good on the ground. Gave Pimlet a lot of problems. Arguably beat Pimlet. Did beat Pimlet. Submitted him as well. You know, I like the look of this for Grant Dawson. And I like that he's coming off a loss as well, which I think will make him more better, like, in terms of improving his stand-up. His grappling's already there, fully there. Moicano hypes him up a lot. But the striking, I think, will be more improving here. And Rafa Garcia, what the fuck have you done? 30 years old. Just, again, took fucking nearly 2 years off for nothing. I swear it's money. It has to be. I know these fighters might be overpaid. But that's the issue. They take fucking these... Like, I've been noticing this a lot now. Like, he fights... You know... Jesse Ronson, Unica choke win. Loses to Jakar Close. December 17th, he beat Mehesh Shate. So, April 16th, July 30th, December 17th. April 15th against Clay Guida, which was shit performance. I know he won it, but competitive-ass fight against Guida at this point. Come on. And, you know, he should have returned around this time last year. Yeah, he's took a whole year off for nothing. It's not improvements. It's not any of that. It might have been an injury. Regardless, I'm trusting Dawson with the activity here to get the win. We move on. Up the card. Brad Tavares with Brad Tavares. I don't know why people are picking Union Park. I like the Iron Turtle. I do. I hope he wins this because I think he's more promotable to be something someday. Which I don't think he'll ever be. 17-6. How old is he? 33. I mean, yeah. It's now or never. But still. I like him more. He's more promotable to be a world champion than Tavares. I just don't see him beating Tavares anywhere but maybe catching him. But I don't trust that either. Tavares, though, let me just say this fight, you know, will Union Park out-grapple Brad Tavares? Maybe get him down for a takedown for a second. No. And Union Park's not really the clinch type. He'll get the takedown or he won't. So that's out. He won't out-grapple Tavares. On the feet, Park's decent, can scrap. But Tavares doesn't go, like, he can break, but unless you're Dricus Duplessis, you're not breaking this guy. So he's going to have to snipe Tavares. Will he? Who has Union Park KO'd on the feet? Let me point this out. He KO'd... The last guy he KO'd was in 2017, December 23rd, against Koji Shikuwa. By third round KO, TKO. Which also could be meaning ground and pound TKO as well. That's the last guy... the last guy he finished was... John Vake. Punches. That was his last KO, 2018, March 23rd. No, it was actually this guy. Fuck, I'm actually going ahead here. Still, you get what I mean. 2018 was his last TKO victory. Lost Andre Menez, but look at the competition. Anders, close fight. It wasn't a close. It was competitive. The difference between competitive and close. Competitive, but clear. Unanimous. But Anders, you know, Joseph Holmes, Dennis Tululin, Albert Darayev, like, I don't mind a loss to Menez, but I don't know. I trust Tavares here, man. I do trust Tavares getting the KO. He hasn't been looking good recently. I don't mind a loss to Rodriguez. Did lose to Bruno Silva. But he got a win against Weidman in the meantime. Couldn't finish him, though. But I think Tavares can win, like, a decision here. Just being better and just landing out more accurate. Being the better striker. Trades at Extreme Couture. I trust that more than Union Park's Korean top team. And he trains with Darren Young, he trains with. Yeah, I'm going to trust a training partner in Sean Strickland and Chris Curtis more than Darren Young. We move on, up the card. Brandon Royval versus Tatsuro Taira. I'm going to go Tatsuro Taira. I just think this guy's just really good on the ground. And I think people are underestimating his stand-up here a bit as well. Because I was looking back at Royval's fights. Listen, I was picking Taira the whole time. But I wanted to make sure. I want to get main event correct because I hate getting it wrong. Don't know why. I just hate getting main events wrong for some reason. It just ends me off salty. But are we going to forget? Brandon Royval, if you connect on his chin, you are going to drop him. You're going to drop him. You know? You're going to drop him. There's a bee fucking chasing me right now. Fuck off, you fucking dumb fuck. Let me finish my fucking video, you stupid dumb fuck. Fuck honey. We don't even fucking need it. Anyways, I'm gonna go with, gotta fold my fucking straw now. That bee was just on. I'm gonna go with, what was I saying? The stupid fucking loser had to chase me. I'm gonna go with Tatsuro Taira. Brandon Royval gets dropped a lot. We saw against, Nicolau he did beat, but that was Nicolau's chinny. Matt Schnell dropped him. Sorry. If Matt Schnell can drop you, Tatsuro Taira, who has alright stand-up, can KO if you guys, has good boxing and somewhat power, could put down and maybe possibly KO Royval as well. Rogerio Bontorin fight was close. Arguably could have lost. Pantoja submitted him, which I think Tatsuro will do. Moreno was looking good against him before. Kai Kara France literally basically KO'd him, but Kai got legally kneed in the face, which doesn't get mentioned, but it's all good. We pass. But I don't like the look of that. Pantoja, controlled him. Wait, who is Pantoja submitted? Honestly, I think Pantoja's jiu-jitsu is fucking overrated. Sorry, I just think it is. I think he's a good wrestler. I think there's a difference. I think people just look at him because he's Brazilian and you must think, holy shit, Pantoja's BJJ must be insane. Who the fuck Pantoja subbed? Oh yeah, he did beat. I know he's beating guys by submissions, but it is overrated. Alex Perez, though, is shit. I'm just being honest. He did beat Royval the first fight. And Pantoja looks first. If there's a sub there, he'll get it. Bro can submit the last 3 guys he's fought. End of discussion. I'm going to go with Tatsuro. Stronger. Better. Good reversals. And I trust him a lot more here. And get the back here. Look great. Beat Perez. Beat Hernandez. Weak performance against Chires, but it was short notice, whatever. Beat Jesus. Beat a lot of guys. I'm picking him here to get the job done. By first round. No, not first. Third or fourth. No. Royval was good with cardio, and he did beat Moreno. I think Moreno's washed. Moreno did not look the same in that fight, and it was in Mexico City, so you can't say Moreno. Altitude. He trains there. So I'm going to go with, and Royval took down short notice. So I'm going to go Tatsuro by submission. I'll say late round 2.